The phone rings, a shrill, piercing sound that slices through the quiet of the night. Always at midnight. Always sharp, sudden, and chillingly unexpected. It's a sound that makes your heart skip a beat, a sound that sends shivers crawling down your spine. The caller ID? Unknown. But for a select few, the number stirs a deep, unsettling familiarity. The recipients of these midnight calls are drawn together by a shared history, a connection to a woman named Anya. Anya, who 6 years ago tragically lost her life, leaving behind a void that these calls now threaten to fill with terror and confusion. Anya was a vibrant soul, a beacon of light and laughter. Her presence could light up any room, and her laughter was infectious, spreading joy to everyone around her. She was the kind of person who made you feel special, who listened with genuine interest, and who always had a kind word to say. Her friends often described her as the glue that held their group together, the one who remembered birthdays, organized gatherings, and made sure everyone felt included. She had a contagious smile and a heart that overflowed with kindness. Anya volunteered at local shelters, helped out at community events, and was always there for anyone in need. Her generosity knew no bounds, and her spirit was truly selfless. She was the kind of person who would give you her last dollar or the coat off her back if you needed it. Her warmth and compassion left an indelible mark on everyone she met. Her sudden death in a car accident 6 years ago sent shockwaves through her small town, a place where everyone knew each other and news traveled fast. The accident was a tragic event that left the community reeling, struggling to come to terms with the loss of such a bright and beloved individual. The streets that once echoed with her laughter now felt eerily silent, and her absence was felt in every corner of the town, leaving her friends and family grappling with an unbearable grief. The funeral was a somber affair, with tears flowing freely and hearts heavy with sorrow. Her family, devastated by the loss, found it hard to move on, and her friends felt a void that could never be filled. The community came together to support each other, but the pain of losing Anya was a burden they all carried. Her absence is a wound that refuses to heal, a constant ache in the hearts of those who loved her most. Every day, her family and friends are reminded of the moments they will never share with her again. The empty chair at the dinner table, the unanswered phone calls, and the memories of her laughter that now bring tears instead of joy. The pain is a constant companion, a reminder of the life that was cut short too soon. But now, these midnight calls are stirring something beyond grief. The phone rings at odd hours, and when answered, there's nothing but silence on the other end. It's as if someone or something is trying to reach out. These calls have become a topic of conversation, a mystery that adds a new layer to the already heavy burden of loss. Whispers of Anya's presence begin to circulate, spreading like wildfire through the community that mourns her. People start sharing stories of strange occurrences, of feeling her presence, of seeing glimpses of her in familiar places. The whispers grow louder, and soon, the entire town is buzzing with the possibility that Anya's spirit might still be among them. Could it really be her? The question lingers in the air, a mix of hope and fear. Some find comfort in the thought that Anya might still be watching over them, while others are unsettled by the idea of her restless spirit. The mystery deepens, and the search for answers becomes a collective quest. Is it possible that some part of Anya still lingers, reaching out from beyond the veil? The community is left to wonder, to question, and to hope that perhaps in some way, Anya's light has not been completely extinguished. Her story, her spirit, and her memory continue to echo through the lives of those who loved her, a testament to a life that, though cut short, left an everlasting impact. The first whisper came from Sarah, Anya's younger sister. She had been the one to receive the first call, her voice trembling as she recounted the experience. It was her, Sarah had whispered, her eyes wide with a mixture of fear and disbelief. I swear, it was Anya's voice on the other end of the line. At first, people dismissed Sarah's claims as grief-stricken hallucinations. But then, others started receiving the calls. Each call, brief and unsettling, with nothing but silence or the faintest whisper on the other end, only served to deepen the mystery and amplify the growing terror. As the weeks turned into months, the calls became more frequent, spreading through Anya's network of friends and loved ones like a contagious disease. Fear began to grip the community, a palpable dread that hung heavy in the air. The once vibrant memories of Anya were now tainted with unease, her absence morphing from a source of sorrow to a specter of fear. No one dared to answer the phone alone anymore. The calls were a chilling reminder of Anya's untimely demise, a haunting echo of a life cut short. The once comforting sound of a ringing phone had transformed into a harbinger of fear, a siren song from the beyond. Amidst the growing fear and uncertainty, a glimmer of hope emerged. An old friend of Anya's, a paranormal investigator named Liam, arrived in town, drawn by the rumors of the strange occurrences. Liam, a man of logic and reason, was skeptical, but intrigued. He had always been fascinated by the unexplained, the mysteries that lay beyond the realm of human understanding. Liam's presence brought a sense of calm to the terrified community. He listened intently to their stories, his sharp mind piecing together the puzzle of the midnight calls. He believed that there was a rational explanation for everything, and he was determined to uncover the truth behind Anya's haunting calls. Confronting the unknown. Liam's investigation led him to Anya's old house, a dilapidated Victorian mansion perched on the edge of town. The house, once a grand symbol of prosperity, now stood as a haunting reminder of a tragic past. Its windows, boarded up and broken, seemed to whisper secrets of the lives that once thrived within its walls. The overgrown ivy clung to the structure like nature's attempt to reclaim what was once hers. The house had stood empty since Anya's death, shrouded in an eerie silence that mirrored the quiet terror that had gripped the community. The fog that enveloped the mansion seemed almost alive, swirling and shifting as if it were a guardian of the secrets held within. The streets around the house were deserted, adding to the sense of isolation and foreboding that hung in the air. Armed with his EMF reader and a sense of trepidation, Liam stepped inside. Each creak of the floorboards under his feet echoed through the empty halls, amplifying the silence that seemed to press in from all sides. His heart pounded in his chest, a steady rhythm that contrasted sharply with the stillness of the house. The air was thick with dust and the musty scent of decay. Cobwebs hung like ghostly drapes from the ceiling, and the furniture, once elegant and refined, now lay in ruins, covered in a thick layer of grime. It was as if time itself had forgotten this place, leaving it to rot in silence. As he moved through the darkened rooms, he felt a presence, a coldness that seemed to emanate from the very walls. It was an unsettling sensation, as if unseen eyes were watching his every move. The shadows seemed to dance and flicker, playing tricks on his mind, making him question what was real and what was imagined. He knew that he was treading on sacred ground, a place where the veil between the living and the dead was thin. The room he stood in was hauntingly silent, the air heavy with a sense of history and loss. He could almost hear the echoes of the past, the whispers of those who had once called this place home. It was a place of memories, both beautiful and tragic, and Liam felt the weight of it all as he stood there, confronting the unknown. Revelation at the cemetery. Liam's investigation led him to Anya's grave. It was there, under the pale moonlight, that he discovered something chilling. A second phone, buried alongside Anya's coffin. It was an old model, identical to the one Anya used to have. Liam carefully unearthed the phone, his fingers trembling as he brushed away the dirt. As Liam held the phone, he felt a surge of cold energy. The air around him crackled with static, and he heard a faint whisper, barely audible amidst the rustling leaves. It was Anya's voice, filled with a deep longing and an unspeakable sadness. The haunting truth. Liam realized the truth. Anya's spirit was tethered to the phone, trapped between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. The calls weren't meant to frighten, they were cries for help. Desperate attempts to communicate with the world she'd left behind, Anya was reaching out, seeking solace and closure. The phone was a conduit, a bridge between two worlds. Anya's spirit was bound to it, unable to find peace until the mystery surrounding her death was solved. An ending that haunts. Liam knew what he had to do. The weight of the past bore heavily on his shoulders, and the whispers of the night seemed to guide his every step. The graveyard, bathed in the eerie glow of the moon, felt like a realm between worlds, where the living and the dead could almost touch. Each step he took was filled with purpose, driven by a promise he made long ago. He stayed at Anya's grave until dawn, speaking to her through the unearthed phone, promising to uncover the truth about her accident. The phone, a relic of their past, was his only connection to her now. As he spoke, memories flooded back, her laughter, her dreams, and the tragic day that took her away. He vowed to find out what really happened, to bring peace to her restless spirit. As the sun rose, casting long shadows across the graveyard, the calls finally stopped. The first light of dawn brought a sense of calm, as if the night itself had been holding its breath. The graveyard, once a place of sorrow, now seemed to hold a promise of closure. The silence that followed was both a relief and a reminder of the task that lay ahead. The haunting ceased, but the memory of Anya's voice, filled with both sorrow and a desperate hope, continued to echo in Liam's ears. Her words, though faint, were a constant reminder of the love they shared and the mystery that still needed to be solved. Every whisper, every fleeting sound, kept him tethered to that night, urging him to keep his promise. Anya's story serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the line between this world and the next is blurry at best. The graveyard, with its mist and shadows, seemed to be a place where time stood still, where the past and present intertwined. It was a place of secrets, of stories untold, and of souls that lingered, waiting for their stories to be heard. It's a story that stays with you long after the last page is turned, a haunting reminder that some mysteries are better left buried. As Liam walked away from the graveyard, the weight of his promise felt heavier than ever. The mist swirled around him as if the spirits themselves were watching, waiting. The journey ahead was uncertain, but one thing was clear: some endings are just the beginning of another story.